It has been roughly 3 months since I've gotten the Canon 6D Mark II camera, and I've been using it all the time. It is definitely my main camera at the moment. I had the 5D Mark III and I have now not replaced it, I still use the Mark III all the time, but I have definitely switched my main camera to the 6D Mark II. Honestly, I have loved every second of it. Everywhere from vlogs to music videos to higher production stuff, I've used this camera for. The first day I had this camera, I actually made a video. Like I said, it was 3 months ago, so you can check that out, my first reactions of it, but I just wanted to make this video as a summary of my last 3 months. And I'm about to tell you all the reasons that I love this camera. So let's go. First, let's talk about how automatic this camera is. Back in high school, I dual enrolled at a tech college, and the professor used to always tell me that A stood for automatic, but A also stands for amateur, and M stands for manual, which also stands for master. I live by an airport, so airplanes fly constantly. Look how low this guy lives. Anyways, his whole A stands for amateur. That reigns true in a lot of instances. I see a lot of photographers and videographers shooting in automatic, and if your final image comes out right, like how you want it to, then that's all that matters. That means it's right. However, everyone knows that with manual, that's when you add some of your style and your flavor to the picture or video or whatever you're shooting. Now, in 99% of situations, I use manual because as good as technology is getting, the camera will never capture what you yourself want to capture as the artist. Although this is all true, for vlogs or for lifestyle type videos, you might want to use automatic at some points. And that's where this camera is a master. The quality, the sharpness, and the speed that this camera can adjust to light and focus is awesome. And honestly, I'll even admit the most recent music video that I shot of me and my friend playing Perfect by Ed Sheeran, that video was shot fully with automatic focus. The camera was on a stabilizer to get those smooth shots that orbited around us, and I don't have a follow focus system to put on my Ronin M stabilizer, so I literally just turned on automatic focus and it literally didn't lose focus a single time. Let me try to prove my point right now. So check this out. I'm gonna zoom all the way into my face, and you can see clearly that the background is out of focus and my face is clearly sharp crystal in focus. Face in focus. Still in focus, still in focus. And check it out. Look how fast that is. I just rewatched that footage in the camera and it looks so good and so crispy. I don't understand how technology is so crazy. This is insane. It's focused on the brick right here close to us. I'm gonna orbit around. Yes, it's super shaky because it's handheld. Check out how that doesn't lose focus. Watch, I'm gonna back up. Still in focus. I'm gonna get really close real fast. Still in focus. All right, I think I talked enough about the awesome automation of this camera. Now, next up is the B-roll. Are you joking me? So as I'm editing this video, I realized that the clips didn't save somehow. Maybe I wasn't recording, I'm not quite sure what happened. But basically all I was saying is I've never used the Canon 1DX because that's like a $6,000 camera. But as far as a camera in this price range goes, and we have 1080p and 60 frames, which yeah, I guess there's other cameras that do a higher frame rate, like 120 or something like that. But this camera also has great internal stabilization. Granted, it's digital stabilization, so it's gonna zoom in a little bit on your image. You can still make some awesome looking footage with this camera. Check this out. Isn't it crazy how this camera can literally fly and get those drone looking shots? No, obviously joking, that was definitely my drone. However, did you see that B-roll? Like for this specific video, I shot that entire B-roll sequence all with automatic settings. For some of the rack focuses, I did use manual focus, but other than that, everything was autofocus, everything was auto ISO, aperture, you know, shutter speed, everything. So all in all guys, yes, there are some cameras that have better frame rates, better quality, as in they might have 4K or maybe 1080 and 120 frames. But as for every camera, there's always pros and cons. You might get another camera that yes, maybe it films in 120 frames, but it won't have the flip out screen like this camera does. As long as camera companies are always trying to make money and sell the next biggest camera, they're not gonna put all the features into one body. Sadly, that's just how it works. For what I do videography wise and photography wise, this is the camera for me. If you guys have any questions about this camera, leave them in the comments below. I will answer the question in literally 2 minutes. You know, I gotta stay strong for my 60 subscribers out there. I got you guys. No, all jokes aside, leave your comments and I'll answer them. Until next time, guys.